All right, everybody. Hello and welcome to my May 2020 Digital Dungeon Master Q&A. I feel so much better today. I felt like a pound of hair was taken off of my head. I actually went and got a haircut today. It is just driving me crazy, and I needed to do something about it. So, well, so much better. So sorry about the first couple of streams not working. YouTube has more money than the US government. And yet, once you start a stream, you can't go into the settings and adjust any settings. So you can't go in and change your microphone because by default, YouTube plugs in the wrong freaking microphone. Even though I select my USB mic that I have here, it still likes to check something else off. So it's like Russian roulette when you're doing a live YouTube stream. Do you get the bullet or do you not get the bullet? So doing these live streams, they're a pain in the butt sometimes. So all right, everybody. Hello and welcome. If there's anybody there, I'm here for the next however long to answer questions. That's what this usually 30-minute Q&A is all about. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them now. I do not have any in my Q&A form for this month on my patron site. So there never are any questions in there. So I have all these patrons, and I don't even think they read the articles that I post or anything. It just the article matrix just doesn't show any activity. So I don't know. So if there's anybody in the chat, I see there's quite a few people in the chat. Feel free to ask any questions away. I'll be here until you beautiful people stop asking me questions. I mean, you can ask anything from games to rule sets to my games that I've got going on. You can ask anything about Fantasy Grounds. Feel free, ask away. That's why I'm here. Stephen Prather, what's going on, Stephen? Have I tried out the new Conan rule set for Fantasy Grounds? If so, thoughts? I haven't really had a lot of time to get in there. I don't know the Conan rule set. Well, I'm sorry, the Conan rule set. I will get in there and play around with it from time to time, but I do not know the mechanics. But it looks nice, though, from what I saw. And in fact, I didn't even know the Conan rule set was going to be a thing until right before it was announced and released through their Kickstarter. So I didn't even know it was in development. So, but no, I did not back Conan. Conan, I did not play test it. I did not use it or anything. But I've looked at the Fantasy Grounds rule set, and what I saw looked pretty good. A lot of time definitely went into it, that's for sure. Any other questions out there, folks? Any other questions? So my link that I've promoted for the live stream is now obsolete because of YouTube's awesome way that they set up live streams. So I may just dump using YouTube altogether, and I just may stream this on my Twitch channel through OBS. That way, if my mic's working, I can actually fix the mic. I don't have to shut the stream down, create a new stream, and play Russian roulette. Is my sound going to work, or is my sound not going to work? So thank you, YouTube. I appreciate that. You have more money than the U.S. government. That's pretty pathetic. YouTube is so old. They need to update everything. Pale Rider, what's going on, Pale Rider? Any thoughts on Mr. Welch's Mystara book? I don't even know that there is a new Mystara book? Can you give me a little bit more information on it? Because I don't even know what you're talking about. I have no clue. Is it for basic? Is it for BECMI? Is it an extension of all of the 15 gazetteers in the box set for basic? Is it a conversion for another edition? I don't know. It is for 5e. No, I won't play it if it's for 5e. I've already got enough Mystara for basic D&D. I own every single basic D&D book. All 155 basic Dungeons and Dragons books. Every one of them. They're all for basic. I won't play it for 5e. I've already got everything. As you can see right up there, there's Gazetteer 1, Gazetteer 2, and I've got all 15. And over here, I've got the Gazetteer box set, wherever it's at. Where's it at? It's up there. Yeah, there it is right there, beside the red box. Now, it's cool he's doing it. I mean, it's the smartest thing to do. Everybody's converting their games to 5e because that's what the majority of the player base is playing. So jump on that bandwagon and convert your games to 5e. So, yeah, that's what everybody's doing. I mean, Castles and Crusades is now converting their stuff for D&D 5e. I mean, everybody's jumping on the bandwagon. So, Sarah Wormelin. Hello, Sarah. Have I ever played Blades in the Dark? I have never played Blades in the Dark. I've heard of it. I've seen it in the game stores, but I've never played it. I've never even picked it up and looked at it. I have enough games to where I don't need any more. In fact, a couple of years ago, I had about 18 banana boxes and apple boxes full of RPGs that I actually traded in for store credit a couple of years ago. So, yeah, that was a huge purge that I had done. But I've heard of Blades in the Dark, but I've never played it, and I probably will never have time to play it. So I'm sure it's probably a good game. Most games that are put out are usually pretty good. So let's see. Steven, you got another question. Bring them on, everybody. Am I going to run anything during PaizoCon online for Pathfinder 2 using Fantasy Grounds? I don't know. I wasn't approached by anybody. I do like me some Paizo. As you can see, I have all of the Starfinder subscriptions, and there's all of the Pathfinder 2 stuff that's come out so far. I think Paizo is a beautiful product. I was not sold on Paizo for Pathfinder First Edition because I was just playing too many games. But looking back on it, I should have probably got into Pathfinder First Edition just because of the sheer amount of content that it has, the amazing support that it has, and I am really impressed with Paizo. So I'm a new Paizo fan. I started, I started with all of the Starfinder subscriptions back 3 years ago when it started. So I'm a huge Paizo fan now. I mean, their products are just simply amazing. I mean, seriously, every month they're putting out a massive 100-page adventure. Well, for Starfinder's about 70 pages. I mean, they have all kinds of support books coming out. I mean, they've just announced Bestiary Alien Archive 4 for Starfinder. This month, Bestiary 2 comes out for Pathfinder 2. The way that they have everything set up, man, it's an amazing product. The adventure paths, I'm sold on the adventure paths. The adventures are not regurgitated. Everything is always new. There's no going back to first edition and redoing the Tomb of Horrors every single month. Yeah, I like it. The way that the world of Galarian is supported with all the Omen stuff coming out. It's amazing. I'm huge on Pathfinder now. I'm all in with Pathfinder. Seriously. And I never knew that they had subscriptions. I didn't know how well the game was supported until I started doing research on Pathfinder. And I'm like, wow, this is amazing. If only other games did this and not put out 3 books a year that nobody wants, or box sets that nobody wants. You love Basic too? Yeah, I'm a huge Basic fan, Pale Rider. This week we're doing session 5 for my Basic D&D game. We're playing In Search of the Unknown B1. So I've got 4 players and they're doing really well. Man, they are racking up the magic items because I'm randomly doing treasure every single room, and I'm randomly doing encounters, and I'm also doing wandering monsters as well. And they've done really well so far. I mean, they even got Brutus even found a spear +2. I mean, that's pretty amazing. But they just ran into a room with 5 kobolds that were breaking open some crates. So they basically burst through the door. The kobolds were there. So that's where we're starting next week. They got 5 kobolds. So yeah. Let's see. But to tell you the truth, Stephen, if somebody at Paizo reached out to me and asked if I wanted to do a live stream for them, I would be more than happy to do that for them, because I really enjoy. Look at Pathfinder Society, dude. Look at that product. If you've never seen that product, go to the Paizo website and buy a $5 Pathfinder Society PDF. I mean, it is beautiful. You get it's all in full color. It looks like a regular book. There's art for the NPCs. There's fully statted monsters. There's maps it tells you what maps you need. It has maps that if you don't have a map, and if they've never made this map before, they give you the map at the end of the PDF. I mean, it's a quality product, man. It sure beats a lot of other games out there. And I hate to say it, but Paizo's the top dog in my book. Big Clue. Big Clue. Good to see you again, buddy. Good to see you, Big Clue. I remember you. Pale Rider, you lost most of your RPG stuff, but you do still have a nice Isle of Dread. Yeah, Reign of Chaos. Nice. Also the red to hold button. That's cool, man. Yeah, we're going to be... you mentioned Isle of Dread. My group now, we are playing B1 In Search of the Unknown. So after that, I'm sure they're probably going to go back to Specularum, which is on the very southern coast of the Duchy of Keramikos. And then they're going to go off and we're going to do B2, Keep on the Borderlands. And then after we do the Keep on the Borderlands, they should be probably around level 4 or 5. And then after that, we're going to skip to the X series, which X series starts at level 5. So maybe they'll take a trip across the pond, and maybe they'll find an island called the Isle of Dread. So, but yeah, I am definitely looking forward to doing at least all of the B modules and all of the X modules before we take a break. So, we'll be playing basic D&D for quite a while. It'll be nice to see what they do when they start running into T-Rexes and stuff like that. Steven, you got into 2E? Yeah, when I started playing in the middle 80s, basic D&D is what we mostly played, but the DM that I ran, because the rules were the same for basic D&D, advanced first edition, and advanced second edition. It was the same thing. It was all THAC0, right? So the fundamental mechanics did not change. So my friends and we played basic D&D characters, first edition characters, and second edition characters. And seeing that I was the only one that played a basic D&D character, I also was really into Talislanta, which was another old school game. So there wasn't a lot of options besides, the general skills from the Gazetteers and the option, not optional, but the weapon mastery from the black box set back there, the mastery box set. So my DM allowed me to use all of the skills that were in Talislanta. So every couple of levels or so, I was able to take a skill that was in Talislanta and bring it to my character, which was really cool. So it gave my cleric a little bit more flavor. But he's level 31. I still have his character sheet. I've showed it off a couple times. It's all raggedy and holes in it from erasing money and But yep, we kind of did a mix between basic, first and second, advanced. Yeah, I agree with you, Stephen. The lore is amazing in Pathfinder. It really is. Pale Rider, was I ever a Rifts player? We tried Rifts, but Rifts just had too much going on, and we didn't like it. In fact, we called it Rollmaster Part 2. When I was a kid, we used to call Rifts Rollmaster 2, even though they were totally different games. But those two games, I remember so much dice rolling for body parts and hits or crits, it was just ridiculous. So, no, we tried it, but we didn't like it. Yeah, those are pretty much the big ones. They're a big clue for sci-fi. Star Frontier. Don't forget Metamorphosis Alpha also. That was the first sci-fi game that ever came out, and it was made by James Ward, which I actually had James Ward on as a guest last week, and we talked all about Metamorphosis Alpha when he created that. When he created Gamma World, he was the creator of Gamma World as well. So yeah, I've got Bruce Hurd coming on next week, believe it or not. I've got Bruce Hurd. He did the Gallantry Gazetteer. He did the Book of Wondrous Inventions. I believe that was AC-11. He also did the Orcs of Thar, which the Orcs of Thar was one of my favorite Gazetteers, along with Karamikos and the Northmen. So, yeah, I've got Bruce Hurd on next week. He did Champions of Mystara. He did the Arc series that was in Dragon Magazine for years. So that's going to be nice to have on Bruce Hurd next week. So, Pale Rider, how lucrative would it be to write and draw a basic adventure? There's no demand for it. If you're going to write an adventure, do it for 5e. Like every other company is converting all of their material to 5e. I mean, look at all the companies out there that are doing it. AAW, Trollord, you got Castles and Crusades. They're all making their stuff 5e compatible. Kobold Press. So yeah, Legendary Games, all those big third-party publishers, they're on the 5e bandwagon. So if you're don't waste your time doing anything basic with just basic mechanics. Do it for 5e. If you want to make money, good luck, and do it for 5e. Yes, Stephen, THAC0. I've got a THAC0 video coming out pretty soon. It's called Don't Be Scared of THAC0. Pale Rider, there's a guy redoing the Mystara maps. They've already been done. There's already a Mystara website that has a beautiful rendition, a massive map. It's already been done. Yeah, I'm using the ones that are on the Mystara website. So the like the crowd fan crowd Mystara site. I've been using those for years. What I want to do is I want to take my East and West countries official gazetteer maps that I have and the little, the little traveling folios that they're expensive if you can get a hold of them. But I'd love to be able to put those together and then put them in one big frame. It would like probably tear down my wall because those maps are so huge. But I would love to do that, and maybe one day I will. But yeah, if there's a guide redoing the Mystara maps, good luck. But I mean, they've already been done. So Rifts had great lore, but I never knew. I know that they did a lot of stuff. They did sci-fi, they did fantasy, they did modern, they did apocalyptic stuff. So yeah, Rifts, but I couldn't get past the system. The system just killed me. But I'll tell you what, I do like Savage Worlds Rifts. Now, Savage Worlds Rifts, I would play. But as just for Palladium's Rifts, no, I won't touch that with a 10-foot pole. And I'm not trying to sound negative or anything like that, but I just wouldn't touch it. Pale Rider, you still got your Star Frontiers box set? Nice, man. Very awesome. Yeah, I actually got rid of my Star Frontier stuff. I got rid of my Gamma World stuff. I got rid of 13th Age. I got rid of what else did I get? The Strange. I got rid of everything. First edition advanced, second edition advanced, third edition. I got rid of a bunch of other games like that I just barely got the core books, like Cthulhu and stuff like that. What else? I had a Vampire the Masquerade book that my friend gave me one time, but I never touched Vampire either. You are in the menagerie, and the curtains are barely cracked, and you can hear the thunder rolling in the distance as the flashes of lightning pierce through the glass window. There is a cup of blood that is on the small stand beside a chair that is turned around where you can just see the top of a head. Nice snort, Dave. John, what's going on, John? Good to see you, John. Yeah, AD&D is still great fun, man. It sure is. John, I think this might have been you, but was it years ago? I'm talking like years ago, probably like 6 or 7 years ago. Were you running a Castles and Crusades game that I joined? And then I started having problems with Hamachi and stuff, and I couldn't join. I was thinking about that. Was that your game, John? I made a paladin. I remember that. And I was so looking forward to playing with Fantasy Grounds, and then it just stopped working. This was years ago. I think it might have been your game, John. They can do that, Pale Rider. Put big, dude. Have you seen those foldouts of those Eastern and Western countries maps for the gazetteers? Holy cow, those things are huge. But I would love to get those put together, reverse folded, iron them out to where they're nice and flat, and I would love to put that on my wall. I got a nice bare wall over to my left that I would just absolutely love to fill that entire wall up with a map. Big clue, do I have any plans to run a Starfinder campaign? And yes, I do. We'll be playing the Attack of the Swarm adventure path because I am a huge fan of the movie Starship Troopers. So I would more than happy run Attack of the Swarm. It reminds me of that movie, and you killed nothing but insects the entire time. And I think that would be fun. So yeah, I'll eventually run Attack of the Swarm, but as of when, I don't know. We're starting Pathfinder 2 at the end of the month on the 30th. And I've got my 4 players for that already. And we're going to be playing the Extinction Curse Adventure Path. So not only are they going to have mysteries to solve, enemies to kill, bad guys to hunt down, but they're going to be running a circus and trying to entertain the townspeople every time they travel to a new city or town. It's going to be pretty fun. I am looking forward to playing Extinction Curse. Amazing story from what I've read. I've read the first couple of books, and it's amazing. Paizo puts out some really good content. I mean, I'm not trying to, sound like a fanboy or anything, but Paizo don't mess around, man. And I never knew that until recently. Pale Rider, you still have the Masquerade book? Yeah, I had one book, and that was it. I got rid of it. The Menagerie. So do you guys have any other questions or anything? I've got a couple minutes left. I've got a couple of videos I've got to record and edit, and hopefully get those out in the next couple of days. Steven, yeah, Doug is playing in the Extinction Curse game. He just sent an email to all of us today. He's like, help me. He doesn't know if he wants to play a rogue or a monk. So, but I know that Pernicious is playing a cleric. He's going to play a battle cleric. He's going to play a goblin. No, he's playing a human, I think. But Doug is going to play a goblin. I'm playing a goblin fighter, and my fighter's a mute. Because I never play characters, but I want to level up a character in Pathfinder. I think that'll be fun. And he's basically going to be security for the circus, and he can't talk because I don't want the players looking to him and saying, "Hey, Splug, what about what do you think we should do here?" And of course, they're going to be asking me all the time for where should we go or what do you think we should do, because I'm the one running the game. So no, he's going to be a mute, and he's just going to grunt, and that's it. But I'm playing a fighter. Then we have Dragonbait's playing Omi Barton. He's bringing him back now that he can play again. So he's going to be playing a bard. And then also 010 is going to be playing a wizard again. So, yeah, it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. We'll have a pretty good group. We'll have a nicely rounded group. So, but to answer your question, Stephen, he doesn't know what he's going to play yet. I kind of hope he goes Rogue or Rouge. I hope he goes Rouge, because the party will need a rogue. That's for sure. So Pale Rider says, go to your local Hobby Lobby. Yeah. Oh, Hobby Lobby can do maps? Wow. Oh, wow. I didn't even know that you could go to Hobby Lobby. I'm like, when I go in Hobby Lobby, I'm like the only male person in Hobby Lobby, because I go and I look at the paints and the paintbrushes, and I look at all the little pieces of like trees and miniature terrain that they have and stuff. And man, I'm like a kid in a candy store in that place. I love that place. Love me some Hobby Lobby. I take my mom when I go, and she just putts around with her walker for an hour and buys all kinds of stuff. She loves that place too. My mom paints and colors, so I've got my Kathy Lee Gifford sweatshop out there, and she's painting my terrain for me, like trees and fences and boxes. So once in a while she does a couple of those pieces, which is nice. Pale Rider, is there any place that they have all the skills and classes from the Gazetteer? Yeah, the Rule Cyclopedia. The Rule Cyclopedia has pretty much pretty much all of the Menser stuff from the box sets. It has the Gazetteer information, all in a 304-page book. They added in the general skills, everything divided by your tribute. So yeah, and plus, you can make your own general skills too. They got Weapon Mastery from the Mastery box set. They've got the Mystic. They've got the Druid from the Mastery box set. They've got all the monsters from all, there's probably 50, 60 pages of monsters and all their variants. Yeah, it's a beautiful book. It's my favorite book of all time. Of any game, anytime, the Rule Cyclopedia is my favorite book. And that was the first book that I ever bought with my own real money. And I just gave that book to my son. And I gave the old character sheet book that he and I used to make character sheets in, where he was learning, how to make characters for basic D&D. And he says, "Dad, why did you give me that stuff? That stuff's so old." I gave him I gave him my dice bag from when I was a kid. I gave him all that stuff. He's like, "Dad, I can't take this." I'm like, I said, "I want you to have it." So he was I think he was a little upset that I gave it to him, but I wanted him to have it. It's not like he's going to get this stuff anyway. Probably pawn it for $10 at the pawn store. But I don't know. He likes D&D 5e. So all right, everybody. Well, this is the last call for questions. Last call, because I'm going to be heading out. I've got videos to make. I've got about 8 more loads of laundry I have to do. So I appreciate everybody hanging out. I totally appreciate it. And I'll have another one of these next month. Every month I'll have one. So yeah, the Rule Cyclopedia of Hell Rider is my favorite book of all time, man. It is awesome. Here's a print on demand copy that I actually bought from, I think it was DriveThruRPG, but this was like $30. It's beautiful. And even, the pages are really, I wish the pages were a little bit thinner, but this is like a card stock almost. But all the Gazetteer maps, they're full color, and it's the entire book. And I believe it was like $30 or $35, and you got the free PDF as well. So, I mean, it's win-win. So I got another copy that I got that's in beautiful shape. I need to get that in a bag, but I didn't want to use that anymore, or the original one that I bought. So, because I gave that to my son. But yeah. Yeah, thanks, Matt. Yeah, I got a haircut today. I was the only one in there, man. It was nice. I went as soon as they opened up. They opened up today, and I said, "Well, it's pretty safe for me to go in there." But I mean, everybody was wearing masks, but by the time I left, there was about 10 or 15 people waiting in line to get their haircut. So, man, but I was wearing a mask, and I wear gloves, and then I came home and took a shower, and but I mean, even a mask doesn't help, because I mean, you could still get that in your eyes. It can get in your ears. And then, I mean, your mask only covers your mouth and your nose. So, but yeah, I went out. I think I've left the house about 5 or 6 times since the middle of February. So I usually just go get Walmart grocery pickup. That's pretty much what I do. So, but yeah, I actually went inside somewhere today for the first time in 3 months. So, but I just needed a haircut so bad, but I took all the precautions. I mean, I have to take the precautions. I mean, my mother's going on 77 years old, and if she gets it, it's game over for her. So, but I may have already had this, to be honest. I was deathly sick in October of last year. October, November, and December, I was sick as hell, to the point to where I thought I was dying. And I'm not joking. And so I may have had this already, because they're saying this virus has been around since the middle of last year. And I went to Las Vegas in October, and everybody around the world vacations in Vegas. So, I mean, it's a possibility that I already had it. I'm going to have a test done to see if I had it or not. And if I did have it, then I'm going out partying. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. No, I still got to be careful though. So, but my mom, she's been out once in 3 months. I took her to a Kentucky Fried Chicken drive-through. So the girl working the drive-through, she had this mask and it had Billy Bob teeth on it. Oh my God, it was so funny. My mom started laughing so hard. She says, I got to get one of those masks. So, all right, everybody. Thanks so much for hanging out. I totally appreciate it. I will have this up as a video to watch on YouTube as well. And I will see you guys next month, probably around the middle of the month. So probably middle June is the next time that I'll do one of these. Hopefully the stream will work the first time. Like I said, firing up a Twitch live, a YouTube live stream is like playing Russian roulette. Are you going to get the bullet or not? Is your sound going to work or not? So thanks everybody for hanging out. Totally appreciate it. And until next time, happy gaming and stay safe. Bye, everybody.